Hello everybody, this is Dragonzilla 1991. Here's a review on a figure that I got for my birthday back in late 2023 that was ordered off everythingdinosaur.com, and that is the Collecta Deluxe Koolasuchus, the most anticipated model for 23. Well, at least for me. So what exactly was Koolasuchus? Well, it was a giant amphibian known as a 10-nose spondylii. I may have butchered that one. And you would be forgiven into thinking that this was an animal that originated between the late Carboniferous 300 million years ago and early Permian 298 million years ago. But in actual fact, it evolved 125 million years ago. So this colossal amphibian lived during the early Cretaceous period and existed at the same time as the dinosaurs. If you don't believe me, then go watch Walking with Dinosaurs episode 5, Spirits of the Ice Forest, the original series, not the new show. This was a carnivorous creature that would feast on some unlucky dinosaurs and pretty much lived like a crocodile. Speaking of which, Koolasuchus and its kind were outcompeted by crocodiles and their relatives, which would eventually lead into their extinction 120 million years ago. Fossils of this mighty swamp titan were originally discovered in Victoria, Australia, and the first specimens were identified in 1997. By the way, Koolasuchus means cool crocodile, despite not being part of the same family tree as crocodilians. Figure itself. Now there are some Koolasuchus models out there in the wilderness, but many of them are either model kits or really hard to come by. So it's fantastic that my favourite company of all time, Collecta, have finally decided to do a decent representation of this giant. I mean, if Safari did this Goliath, then I guarantee that it would be in the same colours as most of their other extinct animals, those being brown, yellow and orange. Unlike Collecta, who although do manage to keep up with the times, but at the same time they like to decorate their animals, much to the dismay of those who are on the logical side. Koolasuchus is a dark green, which is perfect for a critter of the swamp. However, when Collecta unveiled their Amphibian figure a few years ago, the model was unfortunately met with some criticisms, mostly being the paint job being too bright. This never bothered me, but Koolasuchus is wearing the colour scheme, and some amphibians like tree frogs and poison arrow frogs can be brightly coloured as well, so perhaps it might have been better if Koolasuchus was bright green and Amphibian was vice versa instead. Just a thought. He also has some bright green spots, the fluke or rudder-like tail is brown, the teeth are an ivory colour, and the tongue is a flesh pink. Collecta have depicted their Koolasuchus with his mouth open. Koolasuchus would be able to come onto shore, but I'm not sure whether or not it would have had its teeth on shore, like modern-day crocodiles and alligators, as there's no evidence to suggest that it could do that to my knowledge. Or maybe he's in a threat posture. He doesn't possess jaw articulation, so you can't open or close it, but if you could, I would have it displayed like this anyway, because he does look a lot more threatening. And I suspect they've done this just in case they decide to do more ancient amphibians, such as Ichthyostega or Hynervaton, etc. and so on. And thus I like the idea of a wave of prehistoric amphibians, because the forerunners of all land animals, us included, are often overlooked. When this figure came out, people thought that the model had been given scales, where they're actually bumps, to which amphibians do have. Not every species, but some, mainly toads and giant salamanders. I also like the fine detail inside the mouth, as it really does show what this animal looks like on the inside, especially the extra teeth at the sides. Now for size comparisons. So here is Koolasuchus with both the Safari Limited, Sarcosuchus and Caprasuchus that were reviewed not too long ago. The link to that video is in the description below. Here he is with the Safari Limited Postosuchus that has yet to be covered, and here he is with the Safari Limited Amphibian, and of course the Collecta model that was referenced earlier and was also reviewed a few years ago. Again, link below. So what are my final thoughts on the Collecta Deluxe Koolasuchus? This is truly a fantastic model and a great choice. Very unexpected, because for years I've been asking Collecta to make figures of either the Dodo or Novosaurus, to name a few, and it never crossed my mind for a Koolasuchus. I've got no criticisms with the model, he's just awesome, and if you wish to add Koolasuchus to your collection, then I've provided a link to everythingdinosaur.com in the description so that you can purchase yours today or tonight, unless they're out of stock. This is Dragonzilla 1991 signing out. Take care, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.